will really, they will spin it like a yo-yo. When them come with all them guns and jugs, and no. They will come with all their might to distract you. All the type of shocking news just to shock you. They will try to even steal your focus away. Now we confirm, yes we confirm. Oh. Some know why you live dead above the water. Confirm, yes we confirm. Oh. Babylon I try to keep you in the gutter. Confirm, yes we confirm. Oh. Some know why you live dead above the water. Confirm, yes we confirm. Got to put on your shoes, buckle your belt, put on your thinking cap. Fight, we got to fight it to the top. We done already start the journey, ain't no turning back. Fight, we got to fight it to the top. Don't let them hold you down. They try to draw you down. We got to reach the higher grounds. Cause we confirm, yes we confirm. Oh. Some know why you live dead above the water. Confirm, yes we confirm. Oh. Babylon I want to keep you in the gutter. Confirm, yes we confirm. They know why you live dead above the water. Confirm, yes we confirm. Go search the seek, go for your goal. And while you try your mystery and power. Oh, na. Hey, go search the seek, go for your goal. And while you try your mystery and power. Hey, na. You confirm, yes, you confirm. Oh. Some know why you live dead above the water. Confirm, yes, you confirm. Oh. Babylon, they want to keep you in the gutter. Confirm, yes, you confirm. Now some know why you live dead above the water. Confirm, yes, you confirm. Oh, we confirm, yes, we confirm. Oh. Some know why you live dead above the water. Confirm, yes, we confirm. Oh. Babylon, they want to keep you in the gutter. Confirm, yes, we confirm. Oh. Some know why you live dead above the water. Confirm, yes, we confirm. Oh.
Most people never notice that all them want and need is right in front of their eyes. If only they could see. He's never satisfied, no matter how hard she tries to make him feel like a king. She stays home alone. She cooks and she cleans. She's a good woman, but he don't know. I wish I had someone like her just to show how much he's worth. And if I had someone like her, I would work to erase the hurt. I never take for granted all you give to me. To find a virtuous woman is not easy. Sometimes love is blind, sometimes we see. But ringing in my ears is what my mama told me. Wanting, I get it. And getting, I want it. I wanting, I get it. I getting, I want it. I wanting, I get it. I getting, I want it. Wanting, I get it. I getting, I want it. He's never satisfied, no matter how hard she tries to make him feel complete. She believes his lies, he does no wrong. In her eyes, he's her Mr. Right. I wish I had someone like her just to show how much he's worth. And if I had someone like her, I would work to erase the hurt. I never take for granted all you give to me. To find a virtuous woman is not easy. Sometimes love is blind, sometimes we see. But ringing in my ears is what my mama told me. Wanting, it. I want it, and I get it. I get it, and I want it. Want it, and I get it. I get it, and I want it. You got to show how much you love her. Show. Grow together. Show how much you need her. Grow stronger together. Want it, and I get it. And get it, and I want it. I want it, and I get it. I get it, and I want it. I want it, and I get it. I get it, and I want it. Want it, and I get it. I get it, and I want it.
Red wine goes to my head, makes me forget that I still need her so. Red wine, it's up to you.
We don't want no hating or backbiting in our community.
hear this. Peace, love, and harmony. Give me that one. Peace, love, and harmony. I want you to pull up my long glass of peace, love, and harmony. Cope with that. Peace, love, and harmony. Children want to see the good old peace. But without justice, they can be comfortable. Round the corner, they're crying out under the cover, yeah. But no one will speak up for the equal justice and rights. So give me that same old peace, love, and harmony, Lord. Peace, love, and harmony. I want you to give me a big dish of peace, love, and harmony. The same, oh, peace and love and harmony. Oh, peace, love, and harmony. Yeah, peace, love, and harmony. We no want no fussing or fighting in our community. Chant and say, we no want no fussing and the fighting in our community. Full of gold dish of peace.
I told you that things won't be the same. You think she couldn't get over you? You think she couldn't move on? You think she couldn't find someone to release her from her prison sentence? She's tired of being a prisoner. She's looking for a lover, not a warder. Someone to take her on dates, don't treat her like a prison mate. Someone to wine and dine her, and take her to the late night movies, or to an elegant party, where we'll be having fun, mingle with everyone, dance until morning come. So I told you a change was gonna come. I told you she was waiting for the right time to run. I told you she getting tired of the bun bun. I told you she's simply not the same. I said I got news for you. She's just found someone new who treats her better than you, like no one ever do. I heard you going crazy over her, running up and down, searching all over town. Somebody, her life has changed. She's moving again. She's simply not the same. So I told you a change was gonna come. I told you she was waiting for the right time to run. I told you she getting tired of the bun bun. I told you she's simply not the same. Oh, yeah. I said I got news for you. She's just found someone new who treats her better than you, like no one ever do. I heard you going crazy over her, running up and down, searching all over town. But what you have lost, somebody else has found. Right now her life has changed. She's moving on her way. Don't stop in her again. She's simply not the same. So I told you a change was gonna come. I told you she was waiting for the right time to run. I told you she getting tired of the bun bun. I told you she's simply not the same. I told you a change was gonna come. I told you she was waiting for the right time to run.
I'm a ganja planter, call me the ganja farmer. Deep down in the earth, me put the ganja. Babylon come and light it at a fire, me a chant. Yes, I'm a ganja planter, call me the ganja farmer. Deep down in the earth, me put the ganja. Babylon come, yo, yo. Big stinking helicopter flow through the air. With them call it weed eater. Them never did it when me was out in water, or when me did in blind fertilizer. Yet out of the sky them spitting fire, and I'm a little youth man with a hot temper. Me dig up me stinking rocket launcher, and in all the air this was the helicopter me a chant. Some ganja planter, call me the ganja farmer. Deep down in the earth me put the ganja. Babylon come a lot it at a fire me a chant. Yes, I'm a ganja planter, call me the ganja farmer. Deep down in the earth when me put the ganja. Babylon come, yeah, tuna man. True Jaja bless I with no for good vibes man. And true me have the hardest set of ganja in the land. Make doctors get no meditation, and so them coulda give it to them sick patient. Make chemists get no meditation, and so them coulda brew new medication. Make singers get some inspiration, and so them coulda spread your message pan the land me a chant. Yes, I'm a ganja planter, call me the ganja farmer. Deep down in the earth when me put the ganja. Babylon come a light it at a fire me a chant. Yes, I'm a ganja planter, call me the ganja farmer. Deep down in the earth when me put the ganja. Babylon come, watch out. Come and say ganja, 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 ganja. If you don't want to call it that, call it sensimania. If you don't want to call it that, call it marijuana. If you don't want to call it that, call it the indica. And from me bonnet in a chalice on a sheet of paper. Lord, say me love me ganja. Some ganja planter, call me the ganja farmer. Deep down in the earth when me put the ganja. Come and light it at a fire me a channel. Yes, I'm a ganja planter, call me the ganja farmer. Deep down in the earth when me put the ganja. Babylon come, well it's like 10,000 Babylon in one blue van. Welcome Chester on this small damn ganja land. 10,000 Babylon in West on this yo. Ganja planter, call me the farmer. Deep down in the earth when me put ganja. Me ganja, ganja, me ganja. Da 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 yeah. Cure again, come to give you more again, yeah, yeah. You never find no one in this lifetime to love you like I do. So never mind things that people say that I'll never hurt you. You never find in this lifetime. So never mind, let time unwind. Baby, lay your head to rest, baby. Let us put love to the test, baby, and let love lead the way. If we believe, join our hearts and mind and souls, keep us together. You never find no one in this lifetime to love you like I do. So never mind things that people say that I'll never hurt you. You never find no one in this lifetime. So never mind, let time unwind. Baby, when time comes around and no one's around, I'll be there with you, girl, in silence or sound. Time after time, things burden you down, but I will still love you, love you. Our friend said that you are not sincere. Your friend said proceed with care, but you see and feel the realness in me. Our love is meant to be. Our friend said that you're not sincere. Your friend said proceed with care. You see and feel the realness in me. Love is meant to be. You never find no one in this lifetime to love you like I do. So never mind things that people say that I'll never hurt you. You never find no one in this lifetime. So never mind, let time unwind. Baby, I'm for you, you for me. It's meant to be exactly how it is. When you are here with me, nothing exists. True love is what it is. You never find no one in this lifetime to love you like I do. So never mind things that people say that I'll never hurt you. You never find no one in this lifetime. So never mind, let time unwind, baby. The tears from my eyes keep on falling, 'cause you are leaving, even with another. The things that we've done together, I'll always remember you with another, baby. The tears from my eyes keep on falling, 'cause you are leaving, even with another. The things that we've done together, I'll always remember you with another, baby. I've done it. Said every word one man can say. The thing that we I'm missing you from day to day. Tears from my eyes keep on falling, 'cause you are leaving, even with another. The things that we've done together, I'll always remember you with another, baby. thinking of better days, throwing all my fears away, listening to what my Father says. Oh dear Lord, I pray. Yes, the road gets rough sometimes. We must seek and we will find. Yes, there'll be some better times, but only if we try. Little things we do and things we say can change our lives in many ways. Be wise whenever we make a choice. Gotta live with them for the rest of our lives. I'm thinking of you and me, and how this world could be. Peace, love, and harmony. Oh, dear Lord, I pray. Oh, look at me today, humble servant giving praise, thanking you for all your grace. Oh, dear Lord, I pray. For your love on us, I pray today. Keep us strong in every way. Guide us with your mighty hands. Keep us free from those evil ones. Guide and protect us. Keep us strong, yeah. Oh yes, I'm thinking of better days, throwing all my fears away, listening to what my Father say. Oh dear Lord, I pray. Though the road gets rough sometimes, and we will find, yes, there'll be much better times, only if we try. Little things we do and things we say can change our lives in many ways. Be wise whenever we make a choice. Live with that for the rest of your life. I'm thinking of you and me, and how this world could be. Peace, love, and harmony. More, dear Lord, I pray. Now look at me today, humble servant giving praise, thanking you for all your grace. Oh dear Lord, I pray. For your love on us today, I pray. Keep us strong in every way. Guide us with your mighty hands. Keep us from the evil ones. I pray every day. Hey. Little things we do and things we say can change our lives in many ways. Be wise whenever we make a choice. Live with that for the rest of your life. Oh, I pray now, each and every day now. Hey. Guide us with your mighty hands. Keep us safe, keep us strong, yeah. Oh Lord, yeah.
Shining like a star.
Boy, you are my king. Yeah, and I'm so proud to be your queen. You bring our dreams into reality, and now you are my shining star. Yes, you are.
Girl, are we always gonna
Sing together, play together.
Girl, are we always gonna
Ride the weather, come whatever.
Girl, are we always gonna
Face the tide, love can hide.
without a shadow of a doubt. Our ship will stay afloat. Girl, you are Call me anytime you need me.
Oh,
Call me every time you want me.
come to me.
Call me honey, call me baby.
Yes, I will.
Call me sugar, call me daddy.
I'll always call
Heaven
you.
open up and bless us. Our love is blazing like a burning flame.
Yes, I am your queen.
And I'm so proud that I'm your king. Yeah.
You make my dreams into reality.
And now you are my shining star. Girl, you are a queen to me. Yes.
And I'm so proud that you're my king.
You bring our visions to reality. Yeah.
And now you are my shining star.
Girl, are we always gonna
Sing together, play together,
Girl, are we always gonna
ride the weather, come whatever.
Mutiso. Hey, I'm so excited. Ni birthday ya Icon leo. We are turning 1 and this is the Sports and Reggae Show. Karibuni sana sana sana. Tuko live on location hapa hivi End Zone. Mzee.
Wagwan. Hey.
Wagwan.
Hey.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Usisahau unatupata yako najua ni special. Tulia kwanza. Yako ni special. Yako ni special.
Atulie kwanza.
Kama mgeni wetu. Usisahau unatupata www.iconradio.co.ke, Icon Radio KE on all social media platforms. Hapo hivyo tuna stream show zetu zote. Ingia pale YouTube pia subscribe. Alafu tupatie views zako hapo hivyo. Buda. Unajua wewe ndio umekuja ku grace hii birthday. Wewe ndio umekuja kutupea blessing ya the second year kwenda mbele. Karibu. Karibu sana. Karibu sana.
Wacha nimkoteje amesema hajagotewa.
Hajagotewa.
Sitaki akatustaki kwa Arsene Wenger.
Hii ni ile Sports and Reggae Show kama kawaida. Kwa hapa hivi leo na ndugu yetu mkubwa. Tutamwacha ajiintroduce. Ambie watu yeye ni nani alafu tuendelee na hii gumzo.
Akona profile noma?
Akona profile noma.
Wacha tutasiezi gusia. Wacha yeye mwenyewe ajisemee.
Profile unamaanisha nini? Kuna watu hawajui profile ya Facebook kama ya Wacha profile ya Facebook ama profile gani?
Profile ya LinkedIn.
Safi kabisa. Karibu ndugu.
Shukran sana. Kwa jina ni Brian Wesaala. Founder CEO of Foundation for Africa. First of all, congratulations to Icon Radio for doing your first year. Nashukuru sana kwa hapa kama Icon of the Day. In terms of profile, I think ukiongelea profile ndio icon hapa. Ingawa nimetana yeye alienda mbele. But when nimesikia mimi ndio founder Football Foundation for Africa, tunaangalia mimi naweza support grassroots football across the continent. So profile iko and really happy to be here to share my story, share my career journey with people who have been on the same platform with.
Yeah,
big one being Innocent Mutiso. I think among the players nimecheza nao. Yeye ndio anaenda mbali kabisa.
Safi.
Wengine tulikuwa mama yake.
Afadhali nyinyi mlikuwa kwa kiwanja. Mimi mahali nishakaribia kiwanja kabisa ni kwa PlayStation. Hapo ndio nimecheza ball yangu sana. Career mode niko Ferguson asharitaya kwa career mode yangu. Mimi ni coach za mbaya.
Wa FPL.
Wala kuna shindo na bola kwa coach.
Ati nani anataka kuwa coach?
Anyway, shukran sana and it's a pleasure to give congratulations once again to Icon Radio.
Yeah.
I think we need to promote more of this kind of thing, like local setup, going global, doing content that's really relevant for our own ecosystem, and promoting the thing. So, niko ready.
Safi kabisa.
Game pia nenda kuanza, kwa hivyo mimi naweza waacha hapa.
Kota kutulivu.
Unacheza. Wewe ni sub.
Ama labda na review game.
Siku na jamaa hapa hivi we will not name names, lakini ametuambia tunakaa kama marefari. Na hizi earpiece tumepewa hapa hivi sasa.
We have to revisit that.
Of course. Karibu sana kwenye show Brayo. Kitu ya kwanza, swali ya kwanza yenye mimi nimekuwa naulizwa sana na raia huku hivi nje kutoka waone posta yako utakuwa kwa show ni wanataka ku demystify Brayo. Brayo ni nani? Aside from the professional side yenye watu wanajua iko pale nje. Who are you?
So mimi nasema Brayo kwanza ni mchezaji. I'm a football player. That's how I identify myself. Nilicheza ball Kenya ever since I can remember. Mimi nimecheza ball. And nikimenipush sana in terms of being a passion and later in life kwa purpose. So ukiongea na watu hapa na pale wanasema ule Brayo wa football. But at the same time nilikuwa na career nyingine. I'm IT trained by profession. University of Nairobi graduate, computer science. Also went to Strathmore University where I did my accounting, so I'm a trained accountant. So I've profile your LinkedIn ndio hiyo.
Hadi wale wasoma hesabu.
Noma sana.
Ndio nasema. So I worked in IT for about 10 years. Initially here in Kenya. So I worked for the World Scout Bureau, which is the organization for the Scout movement, for about 6 months, and then I moved abroad in 2009. So hapo nilianza kina Mutiso akienda kucheza.
Alienda pro katua chapa tukisafa.
Niliwa introduce ni wabeba baka maliweza kupika, ni wachafu NSL wakicheza. Mimi nikapata opportunity kwenda Switzerland Geneva. So I was working for the UN for about 7 years. Initially World Scout Bureau and then for the UN. So I spent in total almost 10 years in Geneva. But in 2018 I made the decision to come back to Kenya. I actually semangi nirudi Kenya and nirudi Africa. Because my vision is more pan-African. So I came back and I set up the Football Foundation for Africa. Because after my working in IT for 10 years, I started to really think critically about what I want to do with my life. Like what in the next 20 years.
Okay.
And me and suddenly passed to work in football. Because next to before from the beach as a fan, but later nikaanza kuangalia as a business.
Okay.
How do we make sure we improve football in Africa? That creates more opportunities, especially for young people. Najua wanasema Africa ndio kuna youth wengi.
Kweli kabisa.
Lakini tutafanya nini nao?
Ni hata kabla tufikie hiyo level ya yenye ati tunasema tumefika Africa, ningependa kujua umelelewa Nairobi, umetoka Tanzania ama Dar,
Maingo.
Alafu
sasa ndio maana ndio mimi napenda kusema mimi ni Mwafrika.
wewe ni Mwafrika na hiyo unafikiri
mimi nimelelewa Nairobi. I grew up in Nairobi, Madaraka Estate, mimi mzaliwa Mada, but later moved on to Lang'ata. So since Nairobi najua vizuri because kabla nianze kutambua masehemu.
Ukaishia. Unafikiri mtaa yako ama anaweza reshape nijue ulizaliwa kwa familia sports, background yenu ilikuwa kwa sports ama ile kitu tu passion ilikuwa ndani yako tu?
I think kwa familia yetu mimi nilikuwa na passion kubwa kabisa. So my elder brothers, I come from a family of 10. Kuna 5 brothers and 4 sisters. Wengi wao walikuwa kwa at least the brothers walikuwa kwa sports kidogo. But mimi ndo nilienda na sports mbali kabisa. Nilienda mbali sana. Ndio nienda mbali kabisa. Mimi ndo nilikuwa nimechukulia from primary school, high school, the school team. Nikaenda university kwa na Mutiso, especially hapo Strathmore. So I'm the only one in my family who took sports
Seriously,
in terms of play. The rest will participate. Most of them, all of them, they dropped out at some point. Yeah, but you know, literally, it's not sporting background as such. But it's your melody. My dad one day aliniambia yeni life member wa FC Leopard. So hata mimi nianza pia kusupport nikiwa mdogo sana. Kama niko 9 8 years hivi nikaanza support.
Ulikuwa ushaingia Ingwe.
Kuonesha hapo karibu na stadi.
Hiyo ni kitu timu kubwa ile sana Ingwe.
Timu kubwa nimefungwa na Posta Rangers 1-0. Timu kubwa nishafungwa na Rangers 1-0.
Sasa hizi tuko focus na World Cup.
Ngoja game ya Morocco.
Ngoja mechi ya Morocco.
Ndio karibu kuanza.
Ni ma friendly. So unafikiria hiyo mtaa yako ndio ilikushape uka make decisions zenye ulimake kwa life yako, probably go into studying na kurudi tena kwa football?
I think family ndio ilinishape sana, especially madangu ndio alipatianga confidence. From an early age aliniambia mimi niko able. Au support football ambitions zangu sana. Walinipush sana pande ya academy. Pia chuo mimi nilikuwa nafanya poa. I was always good in school, always in the top 3 and all that. So kutoka nianze Lavington Primary School. From there I went to Upper Hill. Upper Hill was the top student in 2002.
Wow.
Then I went to the University of Nairobi.
Okay.
Where I did computer science. So you know trajectory my parents or my family pushed me towards.
Yes.
So by the time I was graduating, it was obvious that I was going a career ya office na nini, which is what happened. When you do life kufanyika nikajipata kwa job, unajua the normal.
Kawaida.
So hizi sema family yangu ili my sporting background and such, they pushed me towards academics, finding a job and being an important person in society.
Ukafanya tu kuzibalance na zikaweza kuingiana.
Yeah. At some point I remember my dad was telling me you need to stop playing, focus on your education. Akaniambia ingia boarding ndio uweze kuwa na more time. Hapa nikamwambia mimi ni scholar
na niko fit.
Napiga ball after school
Yeah.
So even ndio mimi nilipata moja mpaka kampuni kwa University of Nairobi bado kuja jioni mimi natoka UN unaingia Strathmore na piga mazoezi na UN na support kali kwa home
ilikuwa kwa njia.
Hatuwezi ongea juu ya Strathmore bila kutaja coach mwenye alitupeleka ngapo na akapatia watu ma scholarships. Coach Mickey Weche anaitwa T9.
T9 anajulikana sana. Najua unafikiri T ni T ni D.
Ni T9. Ni accent.
Usifikiri ni ile T ni accent ya kawaida pale hivyo. Mimi bado niko very curious. Mbona football? Mbona football? Sports ni mingi kwa meza, kuna mbio, kuna tennis, kuna volleyball. Mbona ulichoose football?
I mean hiyo football millions hapo Madaraka. Mali grow up nasema kama mtu kama T9 Weche. Wao walipata na Weche kama washakuwa family kwa na Weche kama ni mdogo.
Ukipelekwa game za Ingwe na mbuyu wako.
Hata ukipelekwa game za Ingwe.
By the way you are mada. Yes. Kweli.
Kuna train na Weche tukiwa wadogo. Sasa ndio wanatubalisha kwenye hizo game. Alafu unajua pia huyu ndio mchezaji mkubwa kwa SK anaenda kucheza Premier League na nini. So tulikuwa nao tunaangalia. So passion yangu ya ball imeanzia Madaraka. So hizi sports zingine nimecheza basketball kidogo, also na kwenda tennis nini. Rugby nilijaribu lakini walinitoka.
Your body is the temple of the Lord.
Kuna watu wa rugby hapa pia.
Unajua leo wengi wanakuja.
Watakuja watuambie kulendaje.
Bado walikuumiza.
Passion yangu ya ball ilianza Madaraka. Kulikuwa na tournaments zile tulikuwa hapo, kuna very big tournaments wanacheza na kuna tournament yangu kwanza kushinda, one of the few good memories I have about football is that takin. Na tulishinda timu moja kubwa imeitwa Mpira. Hizo siku kama nyinyi wa madanyi ni kama
cool kids.
Hao walikuwa wametoa Kibira. Kibi. Hao ndio kusema wengine unaona mpaka good level. But tuliwafunga tukiwa under 13. Hiyo time yani hiyo memory haijaini toka. Because we were not trained hard, despite not having any
facilities and all that. Yes.
We were trained to that we should not. Hawa wamekuja kwa mpaka ma uniform na kila kitu, walikuwa na support hapa na pale. So your memories, I think, something in a coming gap. There's something about football that's special.
Inakutumurudi hapo hiyo memory na hiyo experience ulipata hiyo time ukiwa young ndio probably na kudrive ku bring change ama ni kitu different
when it comes to bringing change in the football ecosystem. Later in life pia nimecheza ball. I can say at the top of my career nilicheza hiyo NSL I think 2008 2009 and kulikuwa na challenges mingi. Unajua hata pia tukapishana kwa football ya Europe. Hata kama pale kama nikiingia nilikuwa naenda kusoma mambo za even nilikuwa naenda kuangalia ball kwa internet. Na Kenya kafanyika Europe sana kwa ball ya Europe sana. I remember one of the projects nilikuwa kufanya hiyo ya Staffo Innocent atawaambia tulikuwa team deadly sana. Ilikuwa na very good mix of players. Talent wise, background, tulikuwa na team iko fit. Alafu unajua sasa tuko na hiyo backing staff.
Alafu tuko na pia coach Miki Weche pia
za ball
for inspiration
well qualified coach. So mimi nikaenda kwa administration nikaambia mimi nilikuwa student pia nikaambia by the way hapa kuna opportunity we can turn this team into a semi-professional side. Tuanze kutafuta sponsors na nini. Mpaka nikaanza kutengeneza website. Hizo tukapata watu wako wanajua mambo ya website
kabisa.
Sasa kutengeneza website naenda kwa hiyo sponsor admin namwambia kuna opportunity unaweza fanya kitu.
Kweli.
Nobody alikuwa analisten to conversation. Nataka kujaribu profile na Mutiso. Hawa wanaangalia kama jamaa anasema.
Yani Mutiso amejua mambo ya website juzi.
By the way, hizo si mimi sikuwa nikijua anything about profile. Ya mchezaji mimi sikuwa nikijua.
Uliwafungulia my email address.
Alikuwa na coach a lot of football in Europe. Anaona in Africa how come we don't have the same. So it's really trying to see how can we have the same level of professionalization or business mindset in football
in Africa.
That was back in around 2008. But wakunisikiliza shortly after nikapata opportunity ya kwenda abroad.
Kwa hiyo point ya kuleta professionalism back in Africa tunaweza take hiyo break kidogo then turudi tuendelee na hii conversation kutoka hiyo point. Usisahau show ni Sports and Reggae kama kawaida on our first anniversary. Leo tunapiga reggae after hapa mpaka asubuhi. Umesema ni mpaka asubuhi.
Mpaka ngware.
Mpaka ngware.
Tuko hapa mpaka chess. Unajua hii ile siku ukishatoka kwa nyumba kwenda kununua mayai na mkate.
Tunarudi after final ya World Cup.
Ndio hiyo sasa.
Safi kabisa. Tunaona on the other side of the show.
Can you hear me screaming from afar? Somebody help me from this high, don't want to fall. But if I do, would you catch me? Now take the whole thing from beginning. Press rewind and things become revealing. With all the hit fancy lights and glamour. Autograph to please you, ego, yeah. You don't know what's up with me. Can't find food to feed my family. My life is like an open book. Turn a page, come take a look. Oh, walk a mile in my shoe. And you would feel what I'm feeling. From where I'm standing, things don't look too good. No, 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 no. Come and walk a mile in my shoe. And you would feel what I'm feeling. From where I'm standing, things don't look too good. No, 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 no. Gotta make a move real fast. Take my life to the future from the past. In my hands, I gotta take it slow. There are things I like to know. I've been mistreated oh so much. Sometimes I don't know how I carry on. You don't know, you never know. Never a sign to show. Come and walk a mile in my shoe. And you would feel
feel what I'm feeling. From where I'm standing, things don't look too good. No, 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 no. If you walk a mile in my shoes, come walk a mile in my shoes. Not 2 miles, 3 miles, 4 miles, not 5 miles, 6 miles, 7 miles, not 8 miles, 9 miles, 10 miles, only 1 mile. Come walk a mile in my shoes. If you walk a mile in my shoes, yeah. Walk a mile in my shoes, and you would feel what I'm feeling. Where I'm standing, things don't look too good. No, 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 no. If you hear me screaming from afar, somebody help me from this height. Don't wanna fall, but if I do, will you catch me? Now take the whole thing from beginning. Press rewind and things become revealing. We know the hits, fancy lights and glamour. But if you walk a mile in my shoes, you would feel what I'm feeling. Where I'm standing, things don't look too good. No, 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 no. Not 2 miles, 3 miles, 4 miles, not 5 miles, 6 miles, 7 miles, not 8 miles, 9 miles, 10 miles. Only walk a mile, come and walk a mile, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Imagine Russia was a man, and Afghanistan was a woman, and Lebanon was a woman, and Israel was a man. Think of Cuba as a fella, in love with pretty Angola. When you turn your radio on, this is how the world news goes on. Israel gone into Lebanon, Russia gone in Afghanistan. China pull out of Vietnam, India pull out of Pakistan, Zimbabwe divorce Rhodesia, and war marry Namibia. Cuba beat up South Africa, cause he catch him going into Angola. You will hear how Tanzania take a mean girlfriend, Uganda. That's why Kenya and Nigeria decide to close their border. Think about the Shah of Iran as the name for your little leg. It will be really dread when you hear the Shah of Iran is dead. No more going into Panama. The Shah can't go in Egypt no more. No slipping into Africa. The Shah can't slip in Europe no more. What happened to Samosa? Samosa from Nicaragua. I hear when he looked down and see the Shah. Well, that caused the dead man of Samosa. You will hear how Ethiopia beat Somalia for Eritrea, and Britain Belize father protecting she from Guatemala, and America and Russia want little Jamaica bad, and Venezuela have the eyes on Guyana and watching sweet Trinidad. Israel gone into Lebanon, Russia gone in Afghanistan. Mr. Reagan want to attack, Mr. Castro now from the back. Uncle Sam won't get in Iran, President Carter make
We're gonna find a different track as I will tell you about the cash. Europe in need of Jamaica. Jamaica is a blessed country.
Sweet lady, oh yeah. I don't know who
and even the rainbow too. I'll fulfill your fantasies, your hopes and your dreams. I'll bring you the sun and the moon, and even the rainbow too. I'll fulfill your fantasies, your hopes and your dreams. Just say, oh, mama, my, sweet lady, sweet lady. Oh yeah, I don't know who you are or where you're from, but girl, you really turn me on. I wanna rock your little boat from dusk till dawn, 'cause girl, I wanna be your man. And all I wanna do right now is get up in your head for a minute. Girl, all I'm trying to say right now, here's a lonely heart, come and take it. I bring you the sun and the moon, and even the rainbow too. I'll fulfill your fantasies, your hopes and your dreams. I'll bring you the sun and the moon, and even the rainbow too. I'll fulfill your fantasies, your hopes and your dreams. Just say the word, my dear, and I'll be there in a hurry. Give me your heart, I swear. You will never have to worry. I'll never let it slip away, no, no. I'll take it with me, girl, wherever I go. I'll never take it for a one-night stand. Girl, I'm forever gonna be your man. The sun and the moon, and even the rainbow too. I'll fulfill your fantasies, your hopes and your dreams. I'll bring you the sun and the moon, and even the rainbow too. I'll fulfill your fantasies, your hopes and your dreams. I want you to be with me, baby, can't you see? I need you here with me, ooh, baby. 'Cause there comes a time in life when a man's gotta do what his heart feels. And I know what I feel is right, 'cause what I feel is so real. I bring you the sun and the moon, and even the rainbow too.
ya kahawa. Before tuendelee na kwambia kuna request hapa hivi, gari namba KBB 977R. KBB 977R, unaomba usongeshe gari kidogo, kuna wageni wanataka kutoka. Tunawakaribisha, usahau show ni Sports and Reggae kama kawaida. Tuko hapa hivi na Brian, CEO, Mr. CEO. Wesaala. Huyu ni mahala. Mwana wengo.
Awisero kwenyewe.
Luya Council of Elder.
Kabla tufikie hiyo game ya FC Leopards vile wamefungwa, tunaweza ongelea ile game kubwa iko leo ya matimu kubwa. So Gor Mahia inacheza kesho. So zile timu kubwa zinacheza leo ni Croatia na Morocco. So game iko karibu kuanza, bado dakika kama 3 hivi. Na haraka naweza pitia hiyo lineup. Croatia ndo wako home. Remember hii ni third place finals ya third place playoffs ya World Cup Qatar 2022. So pale kwenye goalkeeper Livakovic, I think for me yeye ndo amekuwa goalkeeper of the tournament. Amekuwa na showing power sana. Wanacheza ina 3-5-2 formation. Pale nyuma ni Stanisic, Sutalo and Josko Gavidol, Osik, Lovro Maja, Modric, Kovacic, Perisic. Au kombele ni Livaya and Kramaric.
Wewe unasema Huyo defender ni ule defender na Vama.
Vadiol, yule akaka Batman.
Akaka Batman. Huyo jamaa kulikuwa na controversy yake. Sijui kama mlisikia.
Controversy gani tena?
Apparently madhake ni Argentina. Ati ndio maana alikuwa anaacha Messi anapita pita hapa.
Ala. By the way, amekuwa solid the whole tournament apart from your game ya Argentina. Messi alipungusha manze. Haya, our African brothers from Morocco. Of which kitu moja ulikuwa umeongelelea mzuri sana about hiyo exposure 14 players out of the 23 players wa Morocco wamezaliwa outside Africa. Wamezaliwa huko Europe. I think your exposure imesaidia sana kwa hii tournament. Na kama inaweza nikumbusha kitu Jose Mourinho alikuwa anasema one of the best coaches in the world. Alikuwa anasema all African players should come back and play for their motherland. Of which inaweza tumeona hiyo exposure yote ya Europe and other in the Americas, hiyo exposure imesaidia sana this Moroccan team kufika mpaka semi-finals, of which walikuwa na shout out kufika finals, lakini kuna chombo Mbappe alipiga pale Sofiane Amrabat. Hakuna vile gods of football wakubali tufike finali. Anyway,
lakini unajua pia in terms of ndio tukiangalia development ya Morocco, angalia king wao ana invest how much into football each year.
Very true.
Over $10 million. Anarudisha kwa football peke yake kila mwaka. So unakuta academy yao ya federation ni almost ni bigger than ya France.
Ni kweli?
Ni bigger than ya France.
Na ningependa kuguzia kidogo, but wacha kwanza niseme lineup ya Morocco ndio game inataka kudundwa saa hii. Wanacheza 4-3-3 formation. Pale nyuma Bono. Bono pia amecheza hii Africa World Cup amecheza vizuri sana. Pale nyuma wanacheza 4-3-3 formation. Hapo katikati ya Mick na Dari. Ashraf Hakimi from PSG anacheza kwa wing ya right. Atiyat Allah anacheza kwa wing ya left. Khanous hapo katikati wakiwa na Amrabat na Sabiri. No place for Unai leo. Kuna Sofiane Boufal wanacheza huko mbele wakiwa na En-Nesyri and Hakim Ziyech. Sasa tunaweza himself. Hiyo game kwanza prediction yako iko aje?
Mimi naona leo iko na Morocco.
Leo iko na Morocco.
Gods on our favor. Gods of football on our favor. But kwa mambo mengine Croatia ni wabaya lakini gods of favor today wako na Morocco. So mimi ndapatia Morocco 1-0.
Morocco 1-0.
Anko,
mimi bado napea Croatia hii game. Tukiangalia Croatia unajua ni timu ya tournament. Ni tournament players.
Yes.
Na wamecheza hii tournament fiti sana paka hiyo game ya Argentina. Sijui kwa nini waliachilia but Croatia ni timu noma sana.
Ningependa sana kuwa patriotic lakini juu kuna watu wengi sana wananifuatanga huko nje na wana betting wanaekelanga bet zote na waambia hii game waekele tu Croatia kwa sababu wale star players wamekuwa kisaidia hii Morocco wako bench. Kama hapo katikati kuna huyu 22 year old Onahi mwenye anachezea Angers in France.
Huyo jamaa anajua ball.
Na actually nasikia Edu na Teta walikuwa huko Qatar wakiangalia hiyo game ya mwisho.
Leicester wana make video na prepare video.
Safi sana.
Hiyo simu ya huyo chairman wanga haijaacha kulia.
Haijawacha kulia. Kuko na Amala na pia kuko na Romain Saiss mwenye aliumia, which game ya France huyo jamaa angefaa kuanza hiyo game. Hiyo game wangeanzisha defender mwingine, maybe kungekuwa na different outcome. Kwa sababu hapo kwake ndo kulikuwa na shimo. Haya, going back to Morocco manze. Hii progress ya Morocco to the semi-finals of African Cup, now of which wako na chance ya kuingia kwa medal bracket, haijakuwa by fluke. It's been progressive. Ukiangalia the achievements that in terms of football ya hii country yao, angalia the last 2 seasons za Champions League. Wydad Casablanca, mali coach wa Morocco Walid Regragui alikuwa coach huko, akasaini on a national team just 2 months before the World Cup. Na angalia vile perform. Just the other day, last month kabla World Cup ianze, tulikuwa na Champions League ya Africa ya madem. Asfa yani ni ikashinda bado,
ikafika pale tu,
ikafika finali na ikashinda. Ukiangalia pia Confederations Cup, RC Berkane walishinda. So hii haijakuwa fluke. Women's national team yao wamequalify World Cup ya 2023, so haijakuwa by fluke. All their national teams and clubs zenye zina represent country yao outside of Morocco wote wameachieve something,
wote wana perform.
Na ukiangalia zile facilities ziko pale. Kwanza facility yao ya goal project ile iko hapa hivi, of which huwezi compare. lakini yenye kwa Kenya.
Tukirudi kwa story Brayo, shida inatokea wapi? Kwa sababu tunapata funding yenye inatoka kwa FIFA ni tunapata same amount, si ndio?
Around 250 million Kenya shillings.
Pia wanapata same amount. Sisi yetu inaenda wapi na yao tunaona mali inaenda, yetu inaenda wapi?
I think hizo ndio vitu lazima tuanze kuongelea, especially in Africa. Usiangalie ile pesa inatoka FIFA. Yenye imefanyika Morocco si juu ya FIFA.
Very true.
Government yao
first of all.
First, the government made a very intentional decision in 2008 to invest in sports, not just football, to invest in sports and to make sure youth were occupied in a positive way. That's the decision they made. Government is like King Mohammed 5 nini yo facility nini. Yo yote ni government investment that they intentionally did to promote sports in Morocco. Mimi naweza kuambia sasa niko na information. Ndio wenyewe toka FIFA inaenda Morocco. Wanapatia Rwanda.
Hawatumi.
Wow.
Morocco amefika level ya Europe.
Wameanza kufund other countries.
They are funding other countries. Hiyo ni part of what we call sports diplomacy, which is touched on in another conversation. But that's where they have gotten as a country in Morocco. Their government made an intentional effort to invest in the development of sport in Morocco. This result tunaona saa hii. Hata kuleta hawa wachezaji wacheze for the national team, it's an investment. Because if najua, given a choice to represent France for Kenya, and hata sema 80 because kuna watu wanapenda nchi yao, 80% tutachagua France. But because of the investment the government of Morocco has put in, that's why you have those 14 players they have chosen to represent Morocco. Spain, France, Holland. Zote walikuwa na hiyo opportunity. That's the I think bado hatujaona result ya investment ya vibe. Because ukiangalia kwa ya Morocco kuna hao 14 wenye wanaona place. Kwa hivyo always with Morocco. I think ni 3 players of 4 wenye wanacheza local base. So for it government for us to be able to measure the success of this investment by the government of Morocco, napakona an increased representation of local clubs in the national. So hakuna wewe unasema nini mbaya Kenya tu. Sai Kenya already tuko na we have our talent, but Morocco have done something very different which from us no other African country has done. To me, as much as tunashangilia Morocco kama Africa, I think pia tunajidanganya kidogo.
In what way?
Hebu tuchanue compass.
Hakuna African country nyingine inafanya Kenya Morocco na. Tuna right to hiyo access. But look at Kenya, look at Nigeria, hata Africa World Cup with all their potential. And if you investigate what is going on there, you realize governance is a major issue. Which now, right now in Morocco, they are getting right. So for us, kama Africa, kwenda mbele, it's important to angalie what Morocco alifanya, how can we emulate, and then tuanze celebrate.
Ukiangalia sahi we have a new government and nilikuwa na privilege ya kuwa kwa another forum ilikuwa inaitwa Uliza Ruto just before the new government came in. Time ya campaigns ilikuwa imehit kabisa, ilikuwa imeskyrocket. And one of the questions niliuliza the current president Dr. William Samoei Ruto, nilimuuliza akona plan gani ya ku raise sports or football standards here in Kenya, and how government yake itafanya nini iweze kurudisha sponsorship back to football, back to sports, because currently unapata so many sponsors, they are shying away from investing in sports here in Kenya, not only football but sports in general. And kitu moja alikuwa amesema, of which bado sijaona imefanyika, alikuwa amesema atapatia tax incentives for some of these corporates wenye wanataka ku delve into sports. Sana sana ukiangalia the betting companies, hizo sana sana ndio wanapenda sana kuinvest in sports here in Kenya. Nimeangalia just the other day SportPesa wame come into the rescue of Shujaa. Umeona hao ni majamaa yani hawakijua their next flight itatoka wapi, the next meal itatoka wapi.
Wame set up paka paybill number.
Walikuwa wameka mpaka paybill number. And kukatiza kidogo sahi Morocco equalize dakika 8. Ni 1-1 Croatia versus Morocco. Game imeshika.
Kwa hivyo bet yangu ishaungua.
Bet yangu ishaungua.
Na by the way jamaa amefungia Croatia na hiyo jamaa tumeongea juu yake hapa. Huyo tumesema madhake ni Argentine.
Okay.
Amefunga Batman amefunga bao ya kwanza.
So say we have a very young CS of sports. And tumeona ameingia ameanza kazi yake vizuri sana, of which ile kitu moja tulikuwa tunaombea sana, suspension ya FIFA ikuwe lifted, na hiyo kitu ashafanya. Tumeacha kucheza ma friendly sasa, ma games imeanza kuwa recognized na FIFA. So advice gani unaweza patia the new CS, kwa sababu kwa hii forum ya sports and reggae ina show all over Kenya, ina show all over Africa, ina show all over the world manze, gone international. Kama wewe ni CEO wa Football Foundation for Africa, inamaanisha tusha go global. So advice gani unaweza patia our new current CS?
In terms of advice, I want to experience or some zingine utaki ku advise, but I have my thoughts in terms of how he should approach the football or sports space. I think it's important, not just for Kenya but for Africa, to take a step back and try to determine what we want to do with football or sports. Unajua sasa tuko na ile challenge, we want to be like Europe, but atuangalie sustainability. We are not looking at how much work went into the development of football in Europe to get it to the stage it is
where they are right now
at the moment. So lazima to step back and look back. Mongea mambo ya sponsors, for example. One of the things CS anazafanya ni kupatia investors your confidence ya kuinvest in the sport space. Na haitaki PR mingi, hiyo inataka policy. Lazima tuwe na policies zenye zina attract investors. Umeongea kama hiyo story ya when umesema some tax incentives.
Yes.
I think that was one of the best or biggest moves kama government inaweza fanya. I've seen it has been done in Nigeria. I think we can do it here in Kenya to encourage especially the private sector to invest in football and sport. And to be honest, private sector will always follow where the government has its foot, especially in Africa. In Europe is different. In Europe, the private sector knows they are assured of their return if they invest in sports because of the level of maturity their industry is at. So, nikiongea na CS, I think ameanza on a very good footing. One, engaging stakeholders like yourself, player, former player, waulize. But let's take it a notch higher. Implement some of these things that you have heard from stakeholders. Isibaki hapo kwa niliwe engage. Hapo tumezoea.
Isibaki hot air. Iko implemented.
Maripoti ziko kwa share.
Because our Kenya tunajua PR mbaya. Hata hapa sasa hivi napiga tu PR yangu vizuri sana.
Uko fiti mbaya.
Nachukua icon radio, but nikirudi pale kwa drawing board, what am I going to do to really move sports to the next stage? Na mimi siwezi danganya, hii kitu inahitaji finances. But the people who are in charge of the finances, they want a return on those finances. Hawataleta do kwa ball kama waoni. And let's be honest, ayuke do kwa ball at any level in Africa. Kama si roho yako, kuna kitu kingine utatoa hapo. So the people who are investing in ile roho safi, ni network kama hizo. But at the end of the day, for your Safaricom's to come in, for your Hapstars to come in, for your KCBs to come in strongly, they have to see a return on investment. So sisi kama watu wa ball, lazima tuanze kufikiria, how are we going to repackage ourselves so that we are attractive to the corporate? Government will be a crucial pillar in that.
Actually, umesema kitu kingine hapo ya maana sana Chimano, kama naweza kuinterject kiasi. Hiyo story ya returns very important. Kwa watu wengi sana wajui kwa nini sport kutoka Kenya. Kwa jua kwa kuna returns zao, and they were looking for a loophole kidogo tu. Na federation ikawapatia hiyo loophole. Bila walishinda tu kesi yao from pale SDG from 16 teams to 18 teams. Sport wakasema KPL manze, you lied to us bana. You said you are controlling football in Kenya. So he contract to May slash, of which vile the honorable CSI current CS honorable Babu na Mwamba ameingia, akasema anaongea na SuperSport wa come back to Kenya, of which kumekuwa na fununu hapa na pale that wanaweza rudi, of which itakuwa ni kitu kingine kubwa sana. Hizi teams zimeumia sana.
Talking about investment na kuangalia football kama business. Tutarudi pande yako. Football Foundation for Africa. Ni brainchild yako. Unaweza tuambia more about it? How did it come about?
Football Foundation for Africa, FFA, ni kitu tu, yani wanasema ideas ziko kila mahali. Hapa kuna ideas. Inakuangukia, but for me it was, niliangalia experience yangu ya kucheza ball Kenya, experience yangu ya kucheza ball Europe. By the way, nikiwa Europe for 10 years, I used to play very competitively in the amateur rank. So me see pro size, I'm mainly kwa professional or football or anything. Nikaona, huku hata grassroots watu wana enjoy ball. Mimi nikicheza grassroots nilikuwa na enjoy ile napenda ball. Lakini hata Mutiso anaweza kuambia haikuwa rahisi. Ilikuwa kujituma. Umepiga weekend mzima, yuko hapo, yuko Kisumu na Nakuru. Lakini ukirudi watu wanakuuliza, na wewe umeleta nini? Umekuja na nini? You spending a lot of time to invest nini, but at the end of the day what are you bringing? Maybe wako wanaangalia holistically, because ukiangalia at the end of the day you spend weekend uko nje, you'll save na mambo mingi nini in terms of developing ourselves as persons, but at the end of the day watu wanauliza umeleta nini kwa meza. Kweli. So me at that point when I started organizing Obama Cup, iko na story nyingine which is it's not the platform that I want to address that, because FFA started from a small tournament that I was organizing at Obama Cup. Ilikuwa na crowdfund for organizing this tournament. Kama niko maju. After edition ya kwanza, edition ya pili I did crowdfunding. Na sikuingia kwa mfuko yangu kutoa do. Nilikuwa hapa kuna opportunity. There is goodwill. People like sports, people want to promote sports, people want to develop sports, even individuals. But hawana platform mali ya ku direct your funding yao. So mimi nikaona nime create kitu yenye watu wanaweza want to contribute to. So I remember after the second edition of Obama Cup, nikiwa narudi maju, nikasema nikifika lazima ni set up kitu, and that was the Football Foundation for Africa. And the idea was to see how do I support grassroots football development across the continent to make it more attractive for players, for coaches, for all other stakeholders to be involved. Because at West Develop Ball Africa, come out to invest to our grassroots. In Europe, government is investing continuously in grassroots football. In Africa, we don't have the luxury. So how do we position grassroots football so that corporate, government, international development agencies put money into the grassroots? Watu wa grassroots waishi vizuri. Mimi as a player, I want to enjoy football at all levels, from grassroots mpaka huko juu. Lakini nikifika kwa kiwanja hivi naona kiwanja vile nakaa, kama mimi nishacheza kama nishacheza Europe, naangalia kiwanja pana. Lakini kwa tabu. But football later develop hivyo. So your infrastructure lazima to improve.
Very true.
But to improve that infrastructure, lazima tutoe doma mahali. So you have to repackage grassroots football for investment, and that's why I set up the Football Foundation for Africa.
Awesome stuff.
So short-term plans na long-term plans Football Foundation for Africa ni kama gani?
Sasa siwezi ongelea short term because siapiga short term. Tumengangana.
Short term zote mshaziwahi.
Si ati tumeziwahi, but tushapiga short term. I've been in this for 4 years now. I set up the organization in July 2018. Idea yangu ilikuwa initially to do as many grassroots football tournaments as possible, but to use it as a platform, first of all, to empower players to think about opportunities beyond the football pitch. Second, to communicate to corporates, to try and tell them, we don't just want your money, we want you to be part of the football ecosystem.
Yes.
Na nakumbuka Mutiso nikiorganize tournament, mimi nilikuwa naambia corporates, kujeni mweke tent hapa karibu.
Wauze sera zao.
Na unaona sasa hiyo kitu imecatch up with time. Niko proud. I'm not claiming ni kitu yangu,
ni idea yako,
but imecatch up. Na nilikuwa naambia pia players, kama uko na biashara, kama unatafuta employment, ebuka, msikuje tu kucheza ball. Na sikuwa nekata
kuja networking, yes.
Kuja network. Mchezaji is one of the most network people in this continent.
Kabisa, kweli kabisa.
Ile network Mutiso ako nayo, kuna watu wengi sana kwa corporate sector wanaicrive na wezi get ile network niko nayo sasa juu ya ball singewahi pata kama ningebaki kwa my previous career. But how do you leverage that network now to create opportunities for yourself, especially economic opportunities, because at the end of the day tunahitaji kuishi. Tusidanganyane kweli, tunahitaji kuishi. So we need to see how do we monetize our networks. Na hiyo ndio nilianza kuempower wachezaji, to encourage them to think. Mimi sikuwa naeka hiyo tournament kuja ushinde 50,000. Naweza kupatia 50,000 leo, kesho hauna.
It was more than a tournament for you.
More than a tournament for me. So hiyo ndio ilikuwa nucleus ya FFA. Hiyo tournament naitwa Obama. And that's how the organization imegrow. During COVID, sasa strategy yangu ikatupwa. Ika-change. Sasa mimi nilikuwa nimepanga kufanya tournament, mambo huwezi kufanya tournament. Na ujui tutaanza kufanya tournament gani. That's when I started to organize the Africa Football Business Show. And my idea, vision yangu remains the same. Lazima tuanze ku understand the business side of things so that we make money out of this sport. So mimi nikaanza tu pole pole ku interview some of the contacts I had made nini to shed a light on how football is run. If unajua kukimbia kwa kiwanja, sisi wote ni wachezaji na ujuaji mingi. But even myself nilianza kudiscover, by the way, football is bigger than we think it is. So nilianza kufanya Africa Football Business Show during COVID time, and it has gained traction. Imeendelea kigrow. At some point nikasema, hey, hii COVID ikiisha, I need to organize something in person, because also you realize in Africa we don't have platforms where football management professionals come together to exchange knowledge, to share knowledge, and create those networks to collaborate. Because hakuna mahali mtu tunaenda if we don't collaborate, if we don't work together. If Icon Radio does not work with FFA, because media is a very critical part of what I do. I cannot run Football Foundation for Africa without media. So mimi kunitapa kwa media, I am obliged to come and share the agenda of the Football Foundation for Africa so that it can reach a different demographic. And that's why nikasema to organize Africa Football Business Summit, which we did in October, the first of its kind by an African organization here on the continent.
On that point now, but tutape break ingine moja alafu tukirudi tu explain yeye. Na mazile ulipitia ku organize hii conference na
hizo ni mob hizo tukianza
in a nutshell
to briefly to na state of football in Kenya, tukicompare na what you are doing to improve football in Kenya.
Super.
Na hapa tuko na DJ Reza akiwa alongside MC Inga. Hao ndio tutakupeleka Jamaica.
Hizo jina ni mzito.
Noma.
By the way, pia kabla nisahau, pia muniulize juu ya football na reggae.
Football na reggae. Tutapea idea moja.
Ushasema.
Safi kabisa. Acha tuchape hiyo break. Umesema DJ
Reza.
Peleke Jamaica DJ.
Girl, I'm forever gonna be your man. The sun and the moon and even the rainbow too. I'm fantasies, your hopes and your dreams. I bring you the sun and the moon and even the rainbow too. I'll fulfill your fantasies, your hopes and your dreams. I want you to be with me, baby, can't you see? I need you here with me, ooh, baby. 'Cause there comes a time in life when a man's gotta do what his heart feels.
Deep in my soul that I just can't do. Guess I'm on my way. I needed a friend, and the way I feel now, I guess I'll be with you till the end. Guess I'm on my way. Mighty glad to stay. Stuck on you, I've been a fool too long. I guess it's time for me to come home. Guess I'm on my way. So hard to see that a woman like you can wait around for a man like me. Guess I'm on my way. Mighty glad to stay. The sun is fading away.
Yeah.
That's the end of the day. As
Yes.
the moonlight turns to moon,
I say I'll be on my way.
just one kiss and I'll go.
Alright.
Don't hide the tears that don't show.
Nice and easy.
As the June light turns to moon,
I'ma say I'll be on my way.
to where the winds don't blow
Yeah.
and golden rivers flow.
Alright.
This way will I go. There were right, I was wrong. True love didn't last long. As the June light turns to moonlight, I'll be on my way. To where the winds don't blow and golden rivers flow. This way will I
Easy,
go.
easy. Yeah, there been some good evening, ladies and gents, and this one is a special welcome, and it's the official first anniversary of Icon Radio. Karibuni sana, and make sure you enjoy yourself to the fullest. One more time from top.
I gotta tell someone,
Yeah.
can anyone hear me?
Listen to
The
this.
girl of my dreams just told me that she loves me.
Take it nice and slow into the
Whispered and
audios.
I was consumed so completely, lost in the love that I feel whenever she's near me. She's got me wishing there's something that's missing, staring at stars, getting high under kissing. Now I got my girl got me. We're making plans for a family.
And it's official, the first anniversary of Icon Radio KE. A special welcome to each and everyone.
Anyone hear me?
When you have a good woman in your life, treat her right.
I miss her,
Treat her like a lady. Show her she's a special type. Don't you hurt her.
Nice and easy, this is the real.
Cause a good woman,
and she's a good woman.
Someone she can love, someone she can depend on. If every man can find a good woman, then you won't know where I'm coming from. Don't you know a good woman can make you feel stronger? She will stand by your side and you won't have to be lonely much longer.
the ladies now.
When you find a good woman, you must show her with compliments. Compliment her on the way she do her hair. Her smile
on stage, this is DJ Rez and MCing live. Enjoy yourself to the fullest.
You gotta be true to her, I say. And let time do the rest. Hold on, don't you know a good woman can make you feel stronger? She will stand.
I got another one, check this.
How many times I told you I love you, and now you want to say that we are through. What more can I do? What more can I say to you? Now you're gone. Do you remember that first night we met? That was a moment I never will forget. Love was at first sight, whatever.
It trust me, this chance.
Through the bay.
The party has kicked off. Nice and easy. This is gear number one.
Do what you want, you have to. 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 It's time to turn your landscape.
Check
We got the love, others are searching for.
Easy, easy, easy. This one I got to play back one more time. So, DJ Reza.
Sasha, I love you for sure. It's real. Exactly.
And this one is a special welcome. Watching ready.
We got the love, others are searching for. And God bless this love.
We will never search no more.
We got the love, others are searching for. And God bless this love. We don't have to search no more.
Enjoy yourself.
I'm a butterfly, cause I'm always high. On your love and make me feel like I can touch the sky.
Yes, that's the last night. And I can't deny you're the one I love.
Baby, you and I are inseparable. So good and so incredible.
And our love is unforgettable. You and me together so compatible.
We've got the love, others are searching for. We don't have to search no more.
Never found no one's more. Sasha, I love you for sure. Exactly how the turbulence speed.
We got the love, others are searching for. And God bless our love. We don't have to search no more. We got the love, others are searching for. And God bless this love. We don't have to search no more. I'm a butterfly, cause I'm always high. On your love and make me feel like I can touch the sky.
Yes, that's the last night. And I can't deny you're the one I love.
Baby, you and I are inseparable. So good and so incredible.
And our love is unforgettable. You and me together so compatible.
This is turbulence.
Got the love, others are searching for.
I got another one. Let's go.
Loving you, even though you're gone,
The best of
you're
turbulence.
still
One more
on
time.
my mind. I still care for you. If you need me, you can call. I'll be there in the blink of an eye. I don't know where we went wrong. All I know, I love you so.
This one is a dedication to all the reggae lovers in the house.
Things didn't work out way that we planned.
Icon Radio first anniversary coming to you live.
Someone to run to, someone to reason with.
I said
I will be there.
Yeah.
I will know there. If you need financial support, I will be there. Of course, I will be there.
In time.
Stop to wash away all the tears from my eyes. In times when the storm.
One more time from top. This one I got to play.
We shall be alright.
Appreciating the presence of my brother, Mr. Harry.
Don't you cry, yeah.
Let's go.
Cause God shall wash away all the tears from my eyes.
Appreciating the presence of MC Gustavo is in the building too.
The tides are raging high.
Bless.
We know we shall win, yeah. We know we'll survive, yeah. God shall wash away all the tears. Ooh. In this time of destruction, we must hold on first.
This is Silky number one.
We got to get along. Being overheard all of the mountain tops. Forward on, we all are marching on. We say, God shall wash away all the tears from my eyes. In times in the storm, and the tides are raging high.
Skin up your teeth with eye and you don't like the Rasta dread. Jacob say we in a tenement, the other bag of wolf, the monster dread. Licky, lava, su, them a box lava. Licky, lava, su, them a box lava, back bigger than your dog. Come on. You wake your mouth like a two-headed sword, the back bigger than your dog. And now the trade will go crop your code. Same night the stick the sheet. It will go round, go out. It will go hang round no more. It will go be no scapegoat. Living the life you see of us pretense daily. One like you so holy righteous, you see. Seeking special favors from His Majesty. They stab you in the back, and then you say you wasn't looking. They stab you in the back, and want to know what's cooking. Put down your holy place.
Going to church on Sunday.
Back to iniquity working from Monday. From St. Thomas right down to Westmoreland. You itch up. In a hurry, minivan, tell me something why every little thing you go check. Every little thing you can check.
In this time of destruction, we must hold on first. We got to get along. Being overheard all of the mountain tops. Forward on, we all are marching on. We say, God shall wash away all the tears.
the idea behind it. So come up na hii idea ukikuja kwa ground, how difficult was it to buy into your idea?
How difficult was it? I would say it's still a very difficult process. Hatujatoka hapo
bado iko hapo.
Bado niko pale on your mark. Tunaendaje hapa?
Yeah.
Hata kuitwa hapa Icon Radio ndio kwa maana mimi ulikuwa unaniuliza ati unakaa sema hii platform. Japata invitation kama hizi vingi articulate agenda yangu and what I want to do with football in Kenya, in Africa. So I believe my conversation is different, but it's not special, it's not unique. It's what should happen. So challenge imekuwa as usual to get the right resources, and not just financial, but even human resources. Ukiangalia Kenya, Africa, we don't have enough professionals who understand the running of sports. Hatuna. Even for myself, watu kama Mutiso, ni kuji-empower. Lazima ujitume. Hatujajuana sana, so si ati mimi najua Mutiso juu ya background yake na vitu hufanya. Si ati nimekuwa chaini. I know, so for a lot of us, it's still, we have to invest our own time to understand the industry, to see how it works. Because for a long time it was sold to us only about playing and being a fan. Yeah. But how do we run the industry? How do we manage it? Very few people in Kenya, in Africa, understand. So that's something I took it upon myself to research deeply and to understand not just the Africa, but the global football industry and how it functions, and how we can position Africa and Kenya to gain from this industry. So challenges, need to get the right platform to articulate, need to get the right resources, to get the right people to work with, because hawako wengi. So at the moment, you can only identify people when you're on a passion. But passion alone is not enough. You need knowledge. Knowledge into the drive industry. We need to shift, not just to lose passion, but we need to shift from a passion-driven industry to a knowledge-driven industry. Because that's football, that's sports.
Nashangaa kwanza ni Afrika. Sana tukiangalia Afrika na tukiangalia Kenya. Kuna gatekeepers na status quo, kuna watu penda kumaintain kwa sababu corruption inafeed watu wengi sana. Na hii idea unaleta kwa meza ni ya kuweka vitu straight na vile zinafaa kufanya kazi. The powers that be responsible ilikuwa nakaaje? Ukikuja kuambia ni aje sana nataka tufanye vitu hivi na hivi na hivi.
So ukiangalia kwenye industry ya football may develop. First of all, we have to realize football was not our sport as Africans. This is a game that the Europeans brought to us, or the Westerners, if we, the way we like to call them. For us, tulichukua and we made it our own.
And we became better than them.
We became better than them. Because that's the African spirit.
Very true.
Ni hiyo kitu watu appreciating.
Yeah.
Tulichukua ball and we made it better than them. In some countries, if you research your history, bako kaanza ban wa Africa from playing. Because hawezi kuwa umeletea game yako and all of a sudden I'm better than you na nakufunga. Unaona? Even though it happened. So as things developed, football has continued to be very Eurocentric. Everything about football is managed in Europe, especially on the business side. Africa is only providing labor in terms of players and this kind of thing. The other thing we are providing is eyeballs. Because sisi ndo consumers wakubwa wa La Liga, wa EPL na nini. So when the challenge is that in Europe they're able to get those resources to invest because the people there see a return. In Africa, if you're trying to do the same thing, people ask you what's the ROI for me investing, and you don't have the eyeballs, you don't have the structures, you don't have good facilities.
Yeah.
Nobody will invest. So that's what we need to change. And at the same time, let's not always point or paint African football as corrupt. I'll say something that might be a bit controversial, but global football is corrupt.
Not only in Africa.
Not only in Africa.
Yeah.
Global football is corrupt.
Can you back your statement?
global systems are corrupt. And you see, come on, if you follow football keenly, not just what wakicheza, follow the things behind the scene, and you see global football is corrupt. Not just an African problem.
Yeah.
In Africa, we look bad because we have meager resources. So corruption hapa inakaa vibaya sana compared to corruption where the game is already developed. So hapo unapata, if I bring money, develop infrastructure, na mtu akule hiyo pesa, tunabaki na hiyo kiwanja mbaya. But in Europe, they've already developed those things. Now they're trying to see how they refashion the same system. If there's corruption there, we will not notice. People will talk about it. And if you're keen about the industry, you will know about it. But it's not as visible as it is in Europe as it is.
In short, tunajaribu kusema in Africa tunakulanga yote. In Europe wanakula kidogo na acha kidogo ya development. In short, that's what you're trying to say. Tunakula kumaliza.
Ni hiyo, lakini pia in Africa tunakula msaada. Hakuna kitu mbaya kama kula msaada. Hamna pesa yenu, ile mnapewa mnakula.
So we are always beggars.
We are always beggars. That's why Nikita Pudo Foundation for Africa, I always said I will set up something independent and pan-African that does not entirely depend on the global organizations.
Yeah.
As much as I want to work with them, I want them to be partners in developing industries Africa. I don't want to be dependent on the global ecosystem.
Yeah.
So my goal is to attract easy corporates. Some of these companies are making billions, but how much are they investing in sports? Very little, because they don't see the ROI. So that's something we need to change, and that's the challenge we have. For that to happen, lazima change reputation yetu. Tuko na reputation mbaya, and companies will not invest where the reputational risk is high.
And on that point, kabla uendelee pole kuinterject.
No problem.
Wacha tuongele SportPesa. SportPesa walikuwa wanapatia before watoke walikuwa wanapatia FC Leopards na Gor Mahia around 50 to 60 million. But huko Everton and Hull City walikuwa wanapatiwa more than 300 million Kenya shillings. I think you know disparity tunajaribu kusema hapa hivi.
Kwanza disclaimer, personally na values zangu and the organization I run, I don't work with betting companies. That said, I'd like to comment on that. You see, for a company like SportPesa, the match in Everton, or rather the team Everton, has more visibility than you will ever get with FC Leopards or Gor Mahia. That's why they're keen on making their money here and investing it there. It makes business sense for them. You see? So those are some of the things we need to be more critical about in terms of how can we make our industry sustainable.
So you have to be the biggest consumers.
You have to be the biggest consumers. And if we're not consuming our own football, how do we expect others to consume our own football?
Exactly.
And talking about sustainability, that's why I don't work with betting companies because I look into the issue of social sustainability. For me, I'm looking at the future of the game.
Yeah.
If everybody goes into betting, we'll not have players in the next 10 years because
the integrity of
the
the match,
integrity of the game disappears.
Yeah.
The players, they will be more invested in betting because it gives them returns as opposed to playing.
Yeah.
But that's another conversation altogether.
Yes.
So I think it's very important that tuanze kuangalia mambo ya sustainability and how we want to build the industry.
Where do you see your organization for the next 10 to 5 years?
5-10 years. Me nikianzisha hii organization kwa nasema in 10 years I'll be at the same level as CAF in terms of how we are controlling football in Africa.
And I wish Icon Radio will be part of that because we're also looking into growing and actually your next Africa Business Summit tungependa sana kuihost. We would very much like to air it and put it out there for everyone to see. Kwa sababu hii ingine iligo ndio it was out there but it didn't reach to everyone, every Tom, Dick and Harry, and it was a very big thing because we'll invite some huge stakeholders in African football. Like niliona hapo Anthony Bafo, the last time I met him, it was in FIFA Pro Congress Africa division in Congo DRC. That was in 2016, and that guy is just a visionary. Niliona pia kulikuwa na local stars, the likes of Alan Wanga pia alikuwa kwa business summit. There was Boniface Ambani walikuwa pia kwa business summit. That is something we would like to see more.
So, next Africa Football Business Summit will be in September next year.
Yeah.
And like you say, this is a very big platform because hizi vitu hatujatengeneza Africa. And outside of how we mentioned, kuna pia watu wako na interest, a good interest. You know, not everything that comes from Europe we should shun it. Tusema ati wao si ni Afrika tuko hivi. Nilikuwa na Chief Operation Officer wa AS Monaco here. Nilikuwa na International Director wa TSG Hoffenheim here. And these were people who were impressed. I had 3 FIFA officials sponsored by FIFA who were here at a time when Kenya was banned from international football.
Na walikuwa hapa.
So you can imagine the potential of such a platform and how outsiders looked at it and so how they could be invested in African football, because at the moment there's a lot of interest in African sports, African football.
Yeah.
But people do not know where to go when they want to invest their resources. They want to contribute. Nakwambia huku nje kuna wase wako ready. They're ready to put their money, their time, their resources into developing African football. But we need to create the platforms where they feel comfortable doing it. Because at the end of the day, everybody is looking for security for their investment. Mimi nikileta hapa time yangu, sitaki ipote hivyo.
Na niko na swali, kuna conversation niliona ukihave mahali na one of the biggest questions for world football. Na emphasis yenu kubwa ilikuwa kwa women football. What's your take na women football in Kenya na worldwide?
Take yangu hapo ni a bit controversial. But I'll air it all the same. The conversation you're referring to is my interview with Arsene Wenger. I think that was the highlight of my year. That was a very big moment for me to be able to get a personality of his stature on my show, Africa Football Business Show. For those who don't know, I run an online show, Africa Football Business Show. And we talked about a lot of things about football development, coaching and all things. When it comes to women's football, I think it is it's an opportunity for growth, especially for Europe. If you look at Europe and the Western world, the men's game is kind of getting to a plateau. So for them, innovation is like, where do we get the next frontier for growth? They have looked at women's football. And that's why they're investing there. As Africa, as Kenya, we need to promote women's football. We need more women to participate. But the how to is what we are not thinking about. For me, it's not about telling more women, come and play. No. For me, it's to create an atmosphere where women feel more comfortable to participate. Look at our facilities. Even for men, they're not adequate.
Very true.
How about for our women? For our wives, they're our girlfriends, they're our sisters. Mimi, my girlfriend, takiende kucheza kwa hizi viwanja tuko nazo hapa. So where should the investment go? The investment should go in improving the facilities, the environment where sports, football is practiced, so that we get more women. Look at the stadium, tukienda kushabikia FC Leopards, Gor Mahia. Do you want your woman there?
Do you want your children there?
Probably not. Because what needs to happen, we need to educate those who are already there about creating a conducive environment for our women to join. Na wewe na hiyo mbio yako tuta.
Actually, it's good kabla ongea Chimano, it's good umongeleo story ya women's football in Kenya and also Africa. Na if I can echo the sentiments of one Ese Akida mwenye alipatiwa tuzo fiti sana huko, alipatiwa golden boot in Greece. And kulikuwa na hii Pan Hellenic Association of Paid Footballers and Women Footballers, na alipata golden boot award for last season where she scored 22 goals. Actually, no, sorry, it was 18 goals, for last season. Na ilikuwa ni fiti sana. Na kitu moja alisema that it's a good thing that ametuzwa hii kitu kwa sababu here in Africa, back in Africa, her motherland in Kenya, women football is not that much appreciated like in Europe. So I think we could borrow a leaf from that.
Hata hapa majirani wetu Tanzania, sasa hivi wachezaji wetu wengi wanaingia Tanzania sana za football huko hivyo. Na ukiangalia corporate za Kenya pia zinaenda kusponsor football in Tanzania.
Very true, very true.
So Brian, ni kama time inatuchenga kidogo, ningependa ueleze wasikilizaji na mafano wenye wanatuwatch mahali unapatikana, wakitaka kujoin kwa hii safari yako, mahali unaweza kupata, mahali unaweza kucontact, alafu pia kama uko na parting shot yenye unaweza waambia word of advice to all stakeholders of football, from the team mpaka wenye wako kwa maofisi kubwa saizi.
So mimi nikisema kunipata ni rahisi. Kama umejitoa Icon Radio umenipata. Mimi si mtu mgumu sana. Ukitafuta social media brand Wesaala utanipata, just Google. Hiyo Wesaala iko na double A mahali, so be careful. But even more important, I would like people to follow the Football Foundation for Africa platforms. We are on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and TikTok recently. So Google Football Foundation for Africa. You will find me. Please follow. If you have time, watch the shows that we have done on the Africa Football Business Show. It's an online program, very educational in terms of how do we manage the industry, how do we run it. Niyo, I mean, kulipata si ngumu, mimi niko. In terms of parting shot and what I would tell industry stakeholders in Kenya, across Africa, Mr. Ongelea mambo ya TOS, to develop nini. It's high time to be confident and to be ambitious. Because you know vitu hatuna. We don't have the confidence, we don't have the ambition. Mtu akiingia kwa industry anaona taishaje leo na kesho. But tuangalie pale mbele. Nini utawacha, nini unaweza create. To make sure that football, kama ni watoto wako wakamkucheza waipate different. One thing I told myself, I played football in Kenya and it was a struggle. I will have failed if the generation coming after me, but they shall come, watches through the same condition.
Kweli kabisa.
I would have failed in my mission. So now industry stakeholders, let's be confident, let's be ambitious, let's create a better future for the game in Africa.
One advice unaweza patia FKF wamerudishwa kwa usukani. Wapale tu advice tu moja tu. Tusirudi mali tulikuwa. Just one advice.
Mtiso hapo ndakuangusha.
Unaweza ka disclaimer.
No, advice tu moja, tusirudi mali tulikuwa.
Mimi naweza ambia watu wa FKF probably the same thing. Usifikirie uko tu hapo for 5 years. Hiyo role uko nayo ina impact so many lives. It doesn't matter what role you're playing in that federation, from the president right to the small person. Football is a big sport, but we should not give it a lot of importance. But kama uko hapo, do it as a service to your community.
Awesome stuff.
And you will earn.
Awesome stuff.
Vile legend amesema.
Legend.
Luya Council of Elder. Football. Football inasaidia a whole community.
Football is a community, service to community.
It's a service to community na
same as every other sport.
True kabisa. So tukue focus. Na brother, tunashukuru sana kwa kukuja kutupea wisdom yako na hizi conversation. Naweza penda tuendelee time and time again because kuna side nyingine za stories zenye hatujaguzia. Na hizo bado tunaweza penda kuguzia tena next time. So
lazima tukuite kwa studio.
Ukuje tupige hizi gumzo fiti kabisa tukiwa tumetulia. Tumeshukuru sana.
I'm open and also appreciate the platform you have given me, the time. I don't take it for granted. And so next time feel free naweza come studio anywhere, mimi niko available. Hii kitu si mtu mmoja, hii kitu ni watu wengi.
Na pia tuambie mali unaendanga kwa kinyozi. Tutakupeleka ndugu yetu hapa.
Huyo Inilea massage.
Brian ni mrefu kushinda nywele zake.
Maliza show.
On that note, wacha tuchukue break alafu turudi on the other side of the show. Tuko na maguest wengine tupige gumzo. But usahau show ni Sports and Reggae kama kawaida, unatupata pale Twitter, umesema ni wapi?
@IconRadioKE.
YouTube
at Icon Radio KE.
Alafu ile hashtag yetu ya Twitter ni ile gani?
Sports and Reggae Show.
Na msisahau mnaingia pale kwa YouTube, subscribe, tupatie views na comments.
Msahau kitu moja.
Sports and Reggae. Tupatie haraka basi tukifunga.
Mimi wakasahau, unajua there's something that happened in the reggae industry a few years ago. Sisi tukiwa wadogo, you could only listen to reggae in downtown Nairobi. But sasa tunasikiza reggae wapi? Tunasikiza reggae Parklands.
Westlands.
Kuna mzee alipioneer hiyo kitu. Sitamwambia kwa jina, sijaimwambia. But huyo jamaa alikuwa innovative kuleta reggae uptown.
Sasa tuko Westlands, Hands-on Bar and Grill.
Hands-on Bar and Grill. Tunasikiza reggae. Nakwambia ile time hack to sell football to the middle and upper class as a source of entertainment
kabisa.
Pia tutakuwa na break.
Chasema.
Safi kabisa.
Na kwa hayo machache tunajua mambo ni mengi.
Anaitwa DJ
Reza and MC Inga. Take us to Jamaica.
Peleka Jamaica.
And when she moves to around, yeah. Over Queen, Tyrus Riley.
Yeah, no, I've never been someone shy until I see your eyes. Natural beauty, you know.
Something for the African ladies. One more time from top.
Yeah.
I say
no, I've never been someone shy until I see your eyes. Still I had to try. Yeah. Oh yes. Let me get my words right and then approach you.
And let me teach you like a man is supposed to.
You'll never have to cry. No. I know everyone can relate to when they find a special someone. And she's royal, yeah, so royal. And I want her in my life.
I never knew anyone so one of a kind.
No, the way she moves to her own beat, she has the qualities of a queen.
Icon Radio Fast Anniversary. Taking us a slow.
Ooh, what a natural beauty. No need no makeup to be a cutie. She's a queen. She's a queen.
Listen to this.
And when they ask what a good woman's made of,
she's not afraid and ashamed of
who she is. She's royal, so royal. I never promised you romance. I never said that I would be.
This is another classic one, the UB40.
I never said I'd buy you wings. I never promised you a fade. And I'm not turning. But I will put no one above you. And you will always know I care. As long as you will let me love you.
I'm missing.
I never promised you romance. I never said that I would dance, and I'm not learning.
Yeah, taking you set away to London, the
I never said I'd buy you wings. I never promised you a thing.
Listen to this.
And I'm not turning.
As you enjoy the drinks.
But I will put no one above you. And you will always know I can.
Icon Radio Fast Anniversary.
As long as you will let me love you.
Happening live.
I'll be there. You ask me, could I love you more? There's only you that I adore, but you're not believing.
Yeah.
No, would I ever break your heart?
So can I say slow?
Couldn't bear to be apart, so I'm not leaving. 'Cause I will put no one above you. And you will always know I care. As long as you will let me love you, I'll be there.
You can search, you won't find.
You got another one.
Girl, you turn me on.
Yeah.
And I like it when we do it till the break of.
Here comes another classic on the voice of Clavier.
It's got me excited. When I'm feeling down, you motivate my spirit and you change my frown. The smile you wear is so delighted. I'm glad our love is not divided. It's filled with substance and I like it. Oh, 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 yeah. Girl, you won't find another love sweet as mine. You searched the whole wide world for your lifetime. They say love is blind, but I can see that you're mine. Don't turn your back on my love, 'cause it's the right kind. I'll bring light into your life just like the sunshine.
Cheers up for the ones and twos.
You can't resist. I love
Yeah, playing the best of mature reggae. Enjoy yourself.
no.
Me give you good love in everywhere.
You can search, you won't find. God is the man for you. You can look, you can search, you won't find. No. You can look, you can search, you won't find. Oh. God has got to let you know, no. Girl, you turn me on, and I like it when we do it.
Ali Salamia Gustavo up.
The sexual healing has got me excited. When I'm feeling down, you motivate my spirit and you change my frown. The smile you wear is so delighted.
In trust with something live.
I'm glad I love it.
Parasuti Icon Radio. Fast Anniversary.
It's filled with substance and I like it.
It's on launch, club launch.
Tomorrow is another day. I'm always gonna try again. Never giving up. Always going up.
This is Razor Sounds Entertainment.
And this one I got to play back one more time from Tom. Yeah, listen to this. Tomorrow is another day.
I'm always gonna try again. Never giving up. Always going up. And tomorrow is another day. I'm always gonna try again.
to this.
I wake up in the morning
To the rising sun. Now,
meditation, wrote the paper, then give me motivation for the mic, that's how it's done. Never look back.
Appreciated by good friend Mr. Harry.
Jaja is watching from you every day. Never try to
Harry Salamia Gustavo hapo.
Always do you. Every day we going to our destination. We have to dance Jaja for the motivation, for the creation, for the meditation, for the medication. Everybody happy for the land. Tomorrow is another day.
I got another classic one. Check this.
I'm not the sort of person who falls in and quickly out of love. But to you, I get my affection right from the start.
Something for the ladies.
If I have a lover who loves me, how can I break such a heart that you can't get my attention?
Appreciating all the ladies in the house tonight.
How could you come here?
Enjoy your stay.
You know I got troubles enough. How could you call me when you know I can't answer the phone? Make me lie when I don't want to. Make someone else some kind of unknown fool. Make me stay when I should not. Are you so strong or is the weakness in me? Why do you come here and pretend to be just passing by when I mean to see you? I need to hold you tightly.
Enjoy yourself.
Feeling guilty. I will love you without condition. I will love you without a million. Even when your friends are gone and left you one.
Last one, sip up.
I will love you when the pot is empty.
Last one,
I will love you when you're not so strong. I will love you even if you can't see right from wrong. Even though you broke my heart and I lay here in the dark, tears running down my face and flowing from my heart. I will never leave your side.
I'm missing right
or die, right here till the end of my love.
And trust me, ladies and gents, this is exclusive happening live.
I'll be there when you're at your lowest. Share your bright days in the dark. I'll be there when it's the coldest to keep you warm. I will love you even when you can't. Love me the way
Mutiso ulisema tupeleke watu Jamaica.
even when you think it's over.
It's that time of the
I'll
hour.
be right there next to you.
Playing the best of reggae music.
You broke my heart, and I lay here in the dark. Tears running down my face.
Ladies and gents, let's go.
Now we've been dating for about 5 years. We shared good times, but we both had.
Yeah, in the meantime, ladies and gents, trust me, the first anniversary of Icon Radio, and this one is a special welcome to each and everybody who's in the house tonight. Enjoy your stay. One more time from top. Enjoy your drinks. Enjoy your money.
Now we've been dating for about 5 years. We shared good times, but we both had fears. Don't really know where I stand or belong. You know what to say just to string me along. Another day, another week, another month turns to another year. I'm holding on, but it's clear that this love ain't going nowhere. You gotta show me there's a future in this. You gotta show me something, 'cause I'm about ready to quit.
Ladies, I'm talking to you.
I need you to step up and show me a plan. I don't need a boy, I need a man. I need you to step up to prove that you care. Come and put a ring up on my hand. I need you to step up. I need you to step up, step up. I need you to step up, step up. I need you to step up, step up. You gotta show me there's a future in this. You gotta show me
I hope you remember this song.
Now looking back and I won't say I told you so.
Taking you center with London, the UB40. Enjoy yourself.
You did what you were told and you took this thing. Packing my things and gone. If it happens again, there'll be no looking back, and I won't say.
That's the end of the day. As the June light turns to moonlight, I'll be on my way. Just one kiss and I'll go. Don't hide the tears that don't show. As the June light turns to moonlight, I'll be on my way to where the winds don't blow and golden rivers flow. This way will I go. They were right, I was wrong. True love didn't last long. As the June light turns to moonlight, I'll be on my way. To where the winds that don't blow and golden rivers flow. This way will I go. They were right, I was wrong. True love didn't last long.
Hii mic ilikuwa off hiyo time yote. Mic yangu ilikuwa off. Uliza Sami ilikuwa off. Mimi sema Jiro. Niko kwa Nizi panic.
Wanaweka mic on, mbele tuna discuss. Hawa ndio wanatakaje? Unasikia nimeongea kidogo wanaambia.
Asa takaje.
Welcome back. Tulikuwa tumechukua ile break twende tujaribu kuona mbona hii chupa inapungua na hakuna mtu anaiguza. Show ni Sports and Reggae kama kawaida. Usahau unatupata www.iconradio.co.ke, Icon Radio KE on all social media platforms. Alafu ingia pale YouTube, subscribe, alafu tupatie views zako. Tulikuwa tumeenda break kidogo ndio tuingize wase wakubwa hapa hivi. Buda.
Noma.
Noma.
Kuna mmoja nimesema hapa na yeye kaka ni kama imzinga
na hiyo glass.
Na hiyo glass.
Hii ni noma.
Ati mimi kwa footballer.
Na ati kwa footballer. Wanakuteka hii sport gani jamaa alikuwa anacheza. Anyway, mandugu. Karibuni sana hapa hivi ndio Sports and Reggae. Tuna discuss sports na tunasikiza muziki kama kawaida. Tunawakaribisha sana. Ningependa sana kwa hizi pengine huyu ameona ni rungu anashindwa rungu yafanya nini kwa meza. Ni kipaza sauti. Imekataa kuzungumza kidogo. Fundi wa mitambo.
Kuna mtu amekanyaga waya.
Umekanyaga waya?
La.
Halo.
Waya iko sawa kabisa.
Unaona ni wewe ndio yako inakubali, kwa hivyo wewe ndio utaanza hii gumzo. Karibuni sana kwa show my friend.
Asante sana.
Sitawa introduce, ndaacha mjintroduce kwanza alafu tuanze conversation kutoka hapa. Tuanze hapa.
So mimi naitwa Kevin. Director
Sauti kidogo.
Mimi naitwa Kevin. Mimi ni director wa Fixtures and Events Kenya Rugby League. Not to be confused with Rugby Union. The league is a different passion. So we started our federation in about 3 years now. I'm a director for Fixtures and Events.
Safi. Mwenzangu.
My name is Peter Miano. I'm the head of sales marketing Kenya Rugby League Federation. I'm glad to be here.
Karibu sana.
Thank you for hosting us. And I'm looking forward.
Safi kabisa.
My name is John Bai. I deal with growth and development of the entire federation. So from the systems, from the clubs, the grassroots, corporate governance and all that. So I'm basically responsible for setting up how the federation is going to run, how it's going to grow and develop and become sustainable. So that's my core role.
Karibuni sana. Mimi first of all niko na swali na ni a bit controversial. Na hii swali ilitoka kwa our former prime minister. Na ningependa mclarify kwa sababu sifikiri kuna mtu ashai clarify. Kuna siku aliishi statement akasema rugby is a game played by thugs, watched by gentlemen. Is it true?
John. Think your best. Kwanza rugby usicheza kama una intelligence.
So you're intelligent thugs.
Tuseme kama mahali kuna watu wazuri na wabaya, banadhani rugby largely watu ni wazuri.
Mna konkana statement yake.
Ni kama Peter Miano akona kitu kusema
juu. Peter Miano akona story hapa hivi anataka kujazia.
To correct your statement. It's played by gentlemen and watched by hooligans.
So the former prime minister was wrong.
Yes, I believe so.
Sadly.
Okay, I'm sure watu wengi sana wanajuanga rugby tu ni rugby. Ningependa clarify between the differences between rugby league and rugby union.
So rugby and in the UK. Yeah. Kitambo kulikuwa na rugby union peke yake. Then in the early 19th century kidhani there were some blue collar workers wenye walikuwa wanatafuta ile kucheza kulipwa. We paid contracted players. But rugby was being played by an elite group of people who, for them, it was like a leisure sport. And so what ended up happening is there's a faction that broke off and formed rugby league, different set of rules, and changed the rules and how it was governed to attract more fans. Became a much faster game. Took away some of the set pieces so that it could be more lively to fans, because it heavily depended on fans coming to watch, so that they could get fees, and from the gate they will be able to earn from the game.
Okay.
So for over time you found that rugby league was very professional, played for several years. Then eventually the Rugby came in quarter and became professional. I think in '95. That's when the first professional players I played by Union. So by and large, throughout the world, the two sports have coexisted side by side. But if you look at how they are played, it's going to be different. From the rules, the governing body, and the outcomes, even the tactics are totally different. There are a few similarities, but someone preparing to play rugby league and someone preparing to play rugby union eventually will have to, take a different approach. Yes, they'll have to adjust differently. But that's not to say that the two can't coexist and you can't have players
playing for either side.
We've had players playing on the national team in different countries in rugby league, then going to play rugby union. You have players who, after a certain point, they've been playing rugby league, they want a new challenge, they go to play rugby union and vice versa. Yes, but in Kenya, it was rugby union that was existing for a long time. Though we had a couple of players who had gone overseas to play rugby league. Notably, Edward Rombo, the first professional Kenyan player. We have Lucas Onyango, who also went to the UK to play rugby league, and there are others who tried there. So, for a long time, we had people who are very enthusiastic about wanting to start the sport, but it had never formally been registered. And so, it was like more than a 10-year journey. A few of us used to meet, come together. We used to hold some unofficial, meetings to see how we can start. But it was officially registered back in 2018. We've had our first domestic season, and we've had our first bunch of international matches. Actually, this year, we went to Ghana to play in a qualifier. We played against Ghana and Cameroon, and we're hoping to have more of that going into 2023, as long as launching our second season. Yeah, so future is bright for rugby league in Kenya.
You've talked of Lucas real time. Onyango, rafiki yangu sana huyo. Na believe hata pengine anatuwatch hapa hivi. Ako UK, si ndio? So apart from the ball, which is common, it cuts across. What are the differences, the rules that you're talking about, the nitty-gritty,
the similarities,
the nitty-gritty or the differences?
So one of the major differences when it comes to rugby league and rugby union, rugby league, the breakdown is adjudicated differently. In union, when you tackle someone, there's fair contest of the ball. So there's something known as a rack. So the breakdown, you'll have players. The defending side will want to try and get the ball back. The attacking side will protect that ball by basically racking up and pushing out any opposition. Now in rugby league, there's also called a rack when you tackle someone, but you can't get the ball. All you'll do is tackle someone and avoid them from advancing forward. So when you tackle someone, the defending side has to retreat back 10 meters. The attacking side has 6 chances to gain ground and eventually score. If they don't score in 6 chances, you have to make sure that the ball has been placed so far in the defending side of the opposition's territory, and it's a territory game basically. So you try to restrict the opposition from getting as close as possible to your mark, to your score line or your try line. But when you're attacking, you try as much as possible within your 6 chances to score. So that is the major difference. Another difference is the score. A try in rugby union is 5 points. In rugby league, a try is 4 points. Then when you convert the try, you get 2 points. In union again, you get 2 points to convert. But when it comes to league, it's 2 points for a conversion, 2 points for a penalty, and a drop goal is 1 point. So there's a bit of difference in the scoreline. And then when it comes to set pieces, there are no line outs in rugby league. Because they're trying to, the game has to be very fast. So the ball goes out, you restart it by scratching and playing. In Union, when the ball goes out, you have a set piece called a line out, where there's contest. So the major difference is in terms of the contest of the ball, the reduced set pieces, and the amount of scores that comes in. When it comes to the number of players, Union has 13, League has 13 players on the pitch. The longer version, Union has 15 players. When it comes to the shorter version, as much as Rugby League invented sevens, Union has taken up sevens and put in their rules. So there's Rugby League sevens that can be played, but our shorter version is Rugby nines. That's the one that's played more as opposed to Union that has sevens and tens. Yeah, so that's where you find some of the major differences. Similarities, passing the ball backwards, the tackle is a tackle, you tackle someone, the way you tackle, the way you score a try is the same, the way you score points is the same. So that's why sometimes you'll find there's a bit of confusion when you're watching a rugby league game in terms of just the formation, but when you see the marking of the pitch and then when the game starts, you already know this is not league, this is Union, and so on.
There's one point we can't avoid, the politics of the game. Are you here to do away with the other side?
I think Kevin is best placed to answer that. You use this other one, please.
No.
You're not here to do away with the other side.
See, it's like when you have these are two different codes of the game. It's just like the way taekwondo and karate.
They are coexisting.
Boxing and UFC, kickboxing, they kind of the same. We're not here to do away with Union. That's not in the agenda. Our main aim is to grow another branch, another sport that can change lives, help young people explore their sporting talent. And with this, we have a good plans to spread the game in places where Union hasn't gone. Because if you look at the games that have been happening for Union, they are kind of based Nyanza, Rift Valley, Nairobi, and Mombasa. And Kenya is huge. Go all the way north. There are not teams that come from this side. So we are not really here to say that we want to go with Union. The country is big. The youths are so many. Yeah, just we're just here to introduce another version of the game that is also going to add value to the lifestyles of the people who are playing.
Our school of thought was simple. We've seen very unfortunate events in the last few years. Hii pande nyingine maybe mlikaa chini mkafikiria vitu hazifanywi vile zinafaa kufanywa, so you thought mnaweza fanya vitu better because the talent is there, but management na administration ndio kuna issue. What's your take na step ya rugby hapa hivi mtaani?
That's basically the state of the sports.
The whole sport.
Yeah, sporting industry in the whole country.
Hivi wameweka hii pande nyingine wameweka baby. Wanataka ni embarrassing.
So, I don't know how to answer this in a good way. But you see, there are institutions in the government that are supposed to be helping sports to grow. Now, different people have different opinions on how you can handle sports in different areas. Some people think sports can prosper much better if it's owned privately as companies. Some people think the government's prerogative to support the sport. So when a federation is struggling,
to pay bills and sponsor the teams to go out and compete. You know, there's a couple of things. As someone who's involved in sports, I ask myself, you know, like, what is the best way that we can handle this? Yes, it's a bad show. That's I would not shy away from saying. But then again, there's some things probably that KRU as a federation are facing that us guys don't understand or we don't know about because we're not in there.
Yeah.
So even if we are talking to Naongea from an outsider, yeah. So, but there has been good news in the last few days. We saw Sportsvesta coming back on board. I hope that is going to make a big impact. And also, my appeal would be for the corporate industries who are in the country to give sports a chance. Yes, the federations are more like political parties. The leadership is getting leadership is like a political process. You know, people vote and people get leaders, and that doesn't always mean that you get the best person who has the best interest for the sport at the top. So this has in the past brought a lot of tension between sporting federations, the corporate world, and also the government in terms of accountability. So that's I think some challenges that we can improve on as a country or as federations, so that we make much better working relationship between the sporting industry, the corporate world, and the government.
My question will go to Peter Miano. I'm sure I'm not alone when saying this, but how come rugby union is much more embraced or much more known, better known here in Kenya than rugby league? Considering that, as per my knowledge, rugby league was introduced in Kenya around 1990s, right? Around 1990s, right? Much later. 2018.
Registered in 2018.
Okay. That's good. So we've seen that rugby here in Kenya in general, not only rugby union or rugby league, they're getting even more and more sponsorship from corporates than any other sports, apart from maybe golf, which golf they get astronomical amounts of money. But what is that sets rugby apart from other sports, that you're getting so much corporate sponsorship, like the way Sportpesa have done for rugby union? What is it that sets you apart from other sports?
Well, rugby is just magical.
Magical.
Don't you all agree? Right? You get players on the pitch fighting for their national team or their respective club. You fight for that ball. At the end of the whistle, you'll greet your opponent and give him a hug to show there's no bad blood. We're only here for the sport. There is that camaraderie within the rugby fraternity. Yes. And that is why we really get along, and our fans are attracted to that.
Actually, you get more fans than other sports.
Yes.
In rugby.
Yes.
So, is there something different that rugby world does that other sports don't do it? What is that thing that special thing that sets rugby apart?
Well, apart from the camaraderie amongst fellow players, nothing much, but we believe we'll always be there for the man who's playing next to me. And I'll be there for his or her family.
Yeah.
All right. So that togetherness is what attracts, what builds on the sport. In terms of having sponsors come on board. I'm glad to hear Sportpesa is back. I should like to encourage other corporate sponsors to come on board. Yes, we've had a challenge during the COVID. Yeah, and yes, rugby does need help from the funds, the government, from corporates within the country, and also outside. We really need that help and support. Going back to the grassroots, for the sport to grow and for the community to be able to benefit, our youth waweze kuwa na ile kitu ya kusema nimeenda kazi ni kukuja rugby. Jioni akirudi atapeleka mkate, maziwa, kuna unga na kuna nyama pia. So that is what we want to do for rugby in this country. We want to make it professional and watch this space. There's a plan and put it up together. So to also answer your question, yes, we have strategies across the country, as you said, and we really want to try and grow the rugby league here in Kenya by making sure whoever comes on board will benefit from the sport.
My question is,
I'd just like to add.
Yeah.
So again, the way the rugby experience has been packaged in the country as compared to other sports, football, volleyball. You see, like, we have very good volleyball tournaments in the country. Even the national team, they are very successful. But when you go to watch volleyball, you go there, you pay, you wait, you watch the game. After that, you walk away. But now rugby came up with something called the after party.
After party. Hivyo ni sherehe. So you're trying to say Kenya wanapenda sherehe.
Exactly. So the after party is like the magic that rugby has had an edge over even football. After all those Gor Mahia people supporting their team, after the game, everybody will just sing their whatever as they go back home.
As they go back home.
But imagine if you held on to these guys for like 5 more hours, with music and fun. It's a whole different experience. Now, in this experience, you attract corporates.
Yeah.
So that's, I think, one of the main reasons why, it's been easier for rugby people to get more corporate recognition.
That's food for thought, especially in our other federations. They should look into that.
Tukiwa hapa earlier on, we had our brother Brand na alituexplainia, tulijaribu ku understand what's happening kwa grassroots of football. Mimi nikiongelea mtaa yenye nimetoka, hakuna pitch ya rugby, hakuna watu wanatrain wa rugby. Plan yenu ya grassroots rugby ni gani? Kwa sababu pengine probably kuna watu wanapenda roots kwa mtaa yangu, but hawajui vile wanaweza access hiyo ball, hawajui vile wanaweza cheza. Plan yenu ku grow grassroots rugby union ni gani kwa mitaa?
Okay, I think one of the biggest things that people need to understand is, I think there's been a shift in ideology or a misunderstanding about how federations are supposed to run in the country. And that has been a major issue when you find that, particularly even before the pandemic, you always found federations are struggling to run their programs. They're either depending on government or the world governing body to send funds for them to run their, their programs. But when you look at clubs is like when you register a club, it's an entity. A federation in itself is an entity, and entities have to be able to one or another find revenue to run their programs. That in itself means that you have to be well in tune with some level of commerce, so that you are generating revenue. Yes, to be able to run your programs. And I think that has been the biggest failure of a lot of our federations. Heavily relying on sponsorship, heavily relying on government, heavily relying on world governing body to give them funding. And yet, when you look at these sources of money, whether it's a world governing body, whether it's government, whether it is sponsorship, all these entities are dealing with some level of commerce. So for us, we took another look at how we want to get our things going. Right from the grassroots, how can we get our clubs, our youth, our members thinking commerce? Yeah. How can we then monetize every opportunity that we have so that we have a sustainable model of running a federation? If you look at our season, our first season, no sponsorship as KRLF. I'm not talking about as rugby as junior. Yeah. As KRLF, when we began our season, we had no sponsorship. Not for lack of trying, we tried. But nobody knew us. We've just started this thing. We ran our entire season with 6 clubs, finished the season. We did coaching and refereeing courses. And then, in less than 6 weeks' notice, we were able to put together a national team, travel to Ghana, and play 2 internationals, win 1, lose 1, win 1. But that kept us on put us on the world stage. And this was done fairly internally with trying to leverage commerce and trying to build relationships and trying to see how we could generate funds other than going to sponsors. It's not that we didn't put decks together and try to approach sponsors to get the money coming in. A lot of them are telling us, listen, we want to see what you can do before we can partner. Others are telling you it's a bad time. The sports fund had sent a circular saying, pesa imeisha. Yeah, so you are on your own, think of what to do. And a lot of people close shop. Also took it as a challenge. So one of the things we've tried to do is create a scenario whereby, yes, your clubs are registered, but there's equity. Each club has we try to grow the value of the club. So if a private investor is to ever come to the club, if a player wants to invest in the club, just the basic way how you do membership or how you get equity, value is then put to a club. Yeah, the club then has the programs that it runs from the grassroots and so on and so forth. We have the scenario whereby we have a league that's in our second season. We're trying to put value in that league because all the 6 clubs equally own that league. And whenever that league generates revenue, the 6 clubs should be getting money to run their programs. On top of that,